Yes, hello guys, and welcome to another video today. Today we're going to be talking about how to become a super agent. So first of all, who is a super agent? Super agent are like the big agents like Jorge Mendes and a lot of agents who have big industries who manage big players like the Ronaldos, the Neymars, and all those people. And most of them, of course, before Neymar used to get was managed by his parents or whatsoever, but now when FIFA regulated the rules, most every player must be managed by an agent after writing the exam. So it gave way for those big agents to get in contact with the super players. So normally those kind of players would like to get managed by the super agents because they'll bring them good deals. So anyways, the super agent, as I said, super agents are more these agents who have multi-millions financial resources at their doorsteps. So I'm going to be looking at bullet points, and we'll talk about how to become a super agent and to keep working on that to work your way through. So before I go through, I'll give an example, like an agent like Jorge Mendes, as I spoke about. I've been speaking about him on my recent videos. He is a super agent, but he didn't start in the football industry. But because he had this one deal that made him give him the breakthrough, he was he was running a nightclub and met Nino Esperanto Santos, who was the goalkeeper, who was a young goalkeeper, and he made his contract to Deportivo de la Corona, who was back then a La Liga team, and from there Nino Esperanto Santo, playing as a goalkeeper in La Liga, had to introduce Jorge Mendes gradually to other people. So this is how he walked up through the ladder. So you can always start from somewhere and build up to the highest level. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is like number one is building an elite player profile. Elite portfolio. So to build that, which means you have to build something to able to attract and sign top talent. So you have to start scouting young prospects, and also looking at also established people. But when you're trying to build yourself, you have to know that you're always going to have you are always going to get contact more to the young players who haven't had an agent, who are more talented people, rather than having the established players like the Ronaldos, because they're not going to look at you. So you have to start building that up, because everybody starts from there. So next, also, you'll be like developing a strong relationship with players and their families. So how do you develop strong relationship with players and families? So let's take, for example, if you know that a team is playing, that you are interested in a player there, you go and watch that team, and at the end you can approach him and try to talk to him, that nice player and everything. You would like to come talk to his family. Do they have time for you? Or you can start those you can start that approach. You can approach the player like that, but you have to go to the games, because it's very difficult you sitting in front of your laptop and talking and never making a move, because face-to-face conversation is much easier to respond to someone rather than a phone conversation, which the person doesn't know who you are. So that's it for that. And number two, we'll be looking at mastering negotiation skills. So you have to learn how to master negotiating your contract, like negotiating contract like pro. When I mean by negotiating contract like pro is that those are the little bit of skills that you have to look to be able to know how to approach clubs. You have to approach clubs and know when clubs. Let's take, for example, I'll give an example. Last year, I was negotiating a contract for my friend who was playing for a team here called Kappa, and this is what happened. So when we're negotiating the contract for him, it showed that the person negotiating the contract said, no, we're going to give you this, but there were no. My friend wanted bonuses for him for certain recovery of certain things. And what I did is that, okay, when we went for the meeting, because we had to have a meeting, then because I knew the coach also was very interested in him and we really wanted to do everything to keep him. So I approached the coach. When I approached the coach actually and spoke to him about it, that this player would really need that for certain recovery things, and for certain things, so that he keeps himself fresh and everything. And I don't want to really go into more of the details like that, but anyways, I happened to speak with the coach, and which I knew the coach was interested, and it came out positive. So you have to find a way to be able to talk, so that your client can have an advantage, or your client can see you like a useful person to him. So, and the next also will be like securing the best deals for your clients. Securing the best deals for your client doesn't always be the most lucrative money. Let's take, for example, or the most lucrative deal. If you have a 16 years old and there's a chance for him to go to Barcelona and be on the bench, or you have a 16 years old, the chance for him to go to Benfica and start games there. You take him to Benfica rather than Barcelona so that he can get more minutes in the field. So that's just one of the things that's just one of the things I would advise that you have to do. Next also is understanding club strategies and the financial structure. So you have to understand that, for example, if my player is here, he's going to be here for long. There's not something that's going to come up with financial situation like salary cut up or whatsoever. So you have to always try to learn and deep, a little bit deep, make your whole assignment. Does this club has certain things that my player can always benefit when it comes to financial structure? I hope the club is not going to say when they pay the player after 6 months, they'll say they cannot pay the player and they will want to find a different method to terminate the deal or whatsoever, or they'll go bankruptcy, any of these things that you know that happens in real life. So you have to dig deep for those kind of things to just get and know your information about that. So those are what top agents do because they know every bit. Okay. The next, which is number 3, is networking with top clubs and decision makers. So networking with top clubs and decision makers, it takes time, but you have to also be there. So what I mean, it takes time to also, let's take, for example, if there's a club who is a professional club at your city center, at your city, and you go watch that club regularly and start maybe just talking with people at the club behind doors, you're going to be familiar with those people rather than when you sit and just call and make phone calls. So those are the effort you have to put in. You have to leave your comfort zone, leave your sofa, and walk up to that place. Because yes, you have license, but no one is going to listen to you if you are not doing those efforts. So that's one of the things that you have to do. And you build trust with executives, the executives of that club, and also knowing how the football of that very club operates, what kind of players they need by attending all those kind of training session. So next also will be attending key events like transfer meetings and FIFA summit. If you have chance to attend this kind of events, you can do that also because you're going to meet a lot of sporting directors and all those kind of people to get to know. You get to know them a lot there, and you can exchange contact with them. Okay, and number 4 we are going to look here is understanding FIFA regulations and licensing. So when you understand the rules and regulation of FIFA, you're going to know what to do at any point in time. So it's very important that you also read the book and know what the regulation says. The importance of staying compliant with FIFA rules. So it's very important that you don't fall victim of any rules and regulation of like gambling or whatsoever thing that might make you lose your license, and also try to maintain your credibility, keep up with the rules so that you can be a clean agent. Those are the things that you also have to know. Okay, the next is creating a powerful brand and reputation. So on this, most of the football agents that you have out there, most of the football agents, the elite one, the Jorge Mendes, Rafael Pimenta, Jonathan Van, and so on and so on, most of these agents have built a brand for themselves there also, yes. So before reaching there, they also use the top players to be their brands, because what these agents do is when you have the big players, you sign endorsement deal with Adidas that are worth millions. For example, Jorge Mendes, he had to sign, there was this Ronaldo's Nike deal that was worth more than plus billions for entire career with Nike, and that contract was being done by Jorge Mendes. So you can imagine what must have been his share into that deal. So those are the things that when you brand yourself, and most of these athletes or this elite athlete will start reaching you. So Also, use social media for your PR. So you have to learn how to use social media to market yourself and do a lot of things, because you can have strong reputation using social media. So, and the next thing, six, so managing top tier players and handling media pressure. So when you're managing top tier players, like the Ronaldos, the Neymar, you are always going to have, there's always going to be media pressure. So dealing with high profile clients and handling their demands, you have to know that the media is always going to be like on their back, looking for something to try to, if it's negative or positive, because they know those players are very huge brands, because any negative news about them goes very high uh, or low or whatsoever. So that's just how it is. So concluding, I would say stay relevant to all these rules and regulation, and stay focused, grind. For if you keep putting in the effort, you're going to arrive at that level. So my question for you guys before you leave is, do you think you have what it takes to become a super agent? I think you listening, you already know that you think so, but are you having also the guts to work for this? It's enough saying that you want to be, but you have to also know that action speaks louder than words. So you have to grind, you have to work hard, and also do this a lot. So that's it, guys, for this video. So turn on your notification for more videos like this. Like, share, and subscribe, and keep an eye for my next video tomorrow. See you and take care. Bye. Cheers.